All right. I got amazing stories for you guys about three different Republicans, all more disastrous than the next. And first, of course, live videos brought to you by twostrongcoffee.com/TYT. The reviews are in, and everyone is saying it's delicious. So it's organic, it's fair trade, it's progressive, and it's apparently yummy for the tummy. I thought so, but everybody emailing and going, wow. Okay, so that's awesome to hear. Anyway, all the links are going to be down below. Yes, for that too, but more importantly, in this case, for the stories I'm about to tell you. These stories have good, important details. They're from wonderful organizations like American Prospect and The Intercept. And once I'm done with the video, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, we'll put the links down below so you can read them for yourselves and you can get everybody's websites, okay? So, and of course, these videos are also brought to you by you. So you hit the join button below. If you're watching on YouTube, tyt.com/join. If you're watching anywhere else, become a member, support the show so we could bring you these stories. So they did a great job of exposing these stories, but there's not a lot of folks that are talking about it on air. So that's why we do the show together. All right, so they're all pretty disastrous. Let me start in Texas. Mike McCall is the current incumbent Republican there. He's actually one of the richest men in Congress. He's got at least $113 million, and he's running against Mike Siegel. Now, all of these dirty politicians are actually running against wonderful progressives, so it's a nice break we caught. But really, it's shooting fish in a barrel. You run against any politician, and especially an incumbent Republican, and you're going to run into corruption. And worse, the last story is about a guy, Republican, making rape jokes and jokes about having sex with 15-year-old girls. Now, that story has so many twists and turns, including now QAnon in the race, potentially, as you'll see, as well as a progressive, as well as the incumbent Republican. So it's a mess. It's a fascinating mess. I'll get to that at the end. And so the first one is, like I said, McCall in Texas, and his family has a lot of real estate holdings. I say his family because, like most Republicans, he didn't earn a damn thing. He married into wealth in this case. It's the Clear Channel dynasty. He married the daughter of the guy who started all that, iHeartRadio and all that. And so his family is apparently, including himself, in these real estate companies, driving people, not only throwing them out of their offices, business offices mainly, but then if they don't pay their current rent, but also their future rent. Hey, you got a 2-year lease? I don't care about coronavirus. I don't care that nobody's coming to your restaurant. I don't care about any of it. You owe me all the rent for 2 years, and in the middle of this pandemic, I'm going to sue you and I'm going to crush you. So that's a U.S. congressman suing. I don't know if they're exactly in his district. Read the whole story. I read it. But if I get into all the details, I'll never get out of the stories. So that's why I want to make sure that you guys check out the links below. And so he's like, oh, I'm supposed to have sympathy for you guys because I'm your representative, literally. Nah. I'm just going to sue you guys. I want the money, Lebowski. How do you think their family got $113 million? By being ruthless like that. Do you feel represented? You can go in the opposite direction. You can go with Mike Siegel, who's actually an awesome progressive and a wonderful fighter. So SiegelForTexas.org. SiegelForTexas.org. It's SIEGEL. It's okay. We'll put the link down below. All right. And if you just type in Mike Siegel, you can misspell it. You'll get it on the internet. All right. Next story is we go to Nebraska 2. But before we do that, Nick Pelton just joined. And who is this? Lauren Kimball. I remember Lauren when she first signed up. Lauren just upgraded her membership. You could also do that when you hit the join button below. That also allows you to upgrade. Don Baker's in Nebraska 2nd. Nebraska 2nd is super important because one of the best progressives in the country, Kara Eastman's in that district. She almost beat him last time, about 1.5 points. She's a giant killer. She's taken out a bunch of terrible corporate Democrats in the primaries and just the loveliest person you'll ever meet. And so you have an awesome option if you're in Nebraska 2nd. But Nebraska also breaks up their districts, their electoral college points by district. So Biden actually has a very good chance of winning Nebraska's second, partly because Don Bacon's such a terrible character, partly because Carr is doing great there, and partly because Biden's doing well. And so if he gets that point, that actually could break a tie in the electoral college. Oh, Lauren, you're in Wolfpack, Kansas. I love that. Lauren, great to see you. And thanks for using Super Chat too. So what did Don Bacon do? I guess he was making bacon. Oh, no, all right. It's a serious story. He took government funds, $52,518, and gave it to Double Bogey Strategies. Well, who's that? Well, that's owned by David Watts. Huh, look at that. Campaign strategist for Don Bacon. Now, if you're not familiar with politics and you're thinking, well, why is that bad? It's not his money. It's not campaign donations that's going to his campaign. It's taxpayer money. That means it's literally your money, Dolores. Oh, you're a Rebellion Pack member too. Well, who doesn't love Dolores? Thank you for using Super Chat. And Rivera, thank you for using it. Nathaniel Cox just became a supporter. I'm a supporter of you, Nathaniel. All right, anyway, back to Fake and Bacon. And so Bacon takes taxpayer money, my money, your money, and goes, I'm not going to spend it on the taxpayers. He's supposed to, that particular fund, he's supposed to spend on constituent services. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm going to service myself instead. That sounds weird. So he's like, I'll just pay my campaign strategist with sucker taxpayer money. It doesn't matter. I'm a Republican. I'll get away with it. And the media won't cover it. And by the way, he was almost right. The Intercept caught him a week before the election. I mean, if the Intercept wasn't around, are there any journalists in the rest of the country? All these guys are crooks. I mean, it's crook-orama. And none of the local news ever covers it. No one ever exposes it at the national level except the Intercept and from time to time American Prospect and from time to time us because of the reporters you gave us at tyt.com. So eastmanforcongress.com. Okay, you want to take out crooks like Don Bacon so he stops stealing our taxpayer money? Go to eastmanforcongress.com. Again, those links will be below later if you're watching this later, or come back to it if you're watching it live. So I know everybody's used to politicians being crooks, but I still hate it. And you know the fines that they get, and that's why I want you to read the stories too. They're great articles. They did a wonderful job of exposing this and doing wonderful investigative reporting, but also because you see the details and it's infuriating, right? So you have tons of money, Don Bacon. Why don't you just pay your own campaign strategist? And it doesn't even have to be your own money. You can pay it out of campaign funds. You raise gazillions of dollars from all those corporate PACs. They're bribing you for a reason. At least do it the right way. And he's like, nope. I'm going to funnel this money. And then the second infuriating part is a lot of times they get caught, right? When they get caught, the fines they pay are comically low. The House Ethics Committee, such as it is, goes, okay, you've been a bad boy. Okay, you stole $52,000 taxpayer money and illegally spent it on your own campaign. We'll fine you $7,000. Well, if you do that, they're going to keep on doing it, okay? Because they're thinking, one, I'm not likely to get caught. How many articles can the Intercept write, right? And that one, by the way, was by Lee Fong. Great job, great reporter. And let me give credit to the American Prospects reporter, Brittany Gibson. Great job by her as well. And so, and they think, even if I do get caught, a low percentage chance Intercept or TYT or somebody does a story about me, I get caught, I pay a fraction of it. It's like the bankers and how they get away with all the crimes that they commit. It's almost like a tiny little tax on their corruption. Okay, if you cheat with $52,000 of taxpayer money, how about we fine you $500,000? Maybe you'll feel the pain a little bit then. Or how about we fine you $5 million? See, all your campaign fundraising has to go to paying the fine. Yeah, that's why you shouldn't cheat. Or maybe we put you in jail. See how you like that. Of course, they're never going to do any of that because it's all one giant club, and they care a lot more about the club than they care about any of us, including the Democratic voters. Let me do more shout-outs of wonderful folks who joined up and shake the camera like crazy. Donut Religion, what a fun handle. Nipple Pierce Jenkins Skinny Jesus in the chats. And thank you for using Super Chat, brother. I read your comments often as a Young Turks member on tyt.com/join. Anyway, Christina Rose agreed. Get money out of politics. 100% right. Thank you for the Super Chat. Mike Evans taking time out of a busy season to give us some Super Chat love. So thank you. I bet on the Buccaneers, so keep going. Might be a different Mike Evans, but still. WKZ on Tech is now a supporter. Love it. Thank you. Dog of the Old Republic. Fascinating. Martin Arnold, thank you for the Super Chat. Kenneth Scott, thank you for the Super Chat. And I'm almost done here. And Mika D just became a member. Nick on Planet Ripple and Slaughterama also. And Guillermo Lamas are all doing Super Chat, and you guys make this show happen. All right, last one. Now, this is the crazy one. Like, those weren't bad enough. Now, Love and Tube 25, thank you for joining, and thank you for getting it at the Essentials level. That way you get a lot more views of our videos. Okay. So down in Florida, 25, I believe. I want to just make sure. Sorry, Florida 18. I knew there was a reason I wanted to be sure. Marius Pronskus, thank you for the Super Chat. Anyway, so down in Florida 18, we have Pam Keith, another awesome progressive. We'll put the links down below. And she is running, she was a Justice Democrat. Last time around, Kari's been double Justice Democrat. Mike Siegel should be a Justice Democrat and hopefully will be soon. So she's running against the incumbent Republican there, Mast. Mast has got some issues. So he made some jokes back in the day that were, by the way, I don't even know that they were jokes. I guess I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt by saying that they're Brian Mast. He was talking to his friend Rocco Ladani. This is back in 2009, so I'm giving you full context, 11 years ago. Ladani is vacationing in South Africa. I post an image of a bar, and Mast at the time replies to him, "I'm so proud of you. I hope you hook up with at least 15-year-olds over there. It's legal there, right?" Now, some people think he's not joking. Some people think he is joking. I don't know. And it was a while back. You guys make the decision, okay? It's a terrible joke, but, if he's joking, I'm just giving you the facts, okay? So, but he doesn't end there. The next joke's way worse. But the people who are supposed to be upset about this are the QAnon people, because they take all that stuff, literally, there's no room for jokes. On top of that, they make stuff up. That's their number one problem. If they left it to was to this, I'd be like, well, okay, did joke or not joke about 15-year-old sex? That's pretty bad, right? And then Ladani then asked his Facebook friends in another 2 years later, so that's 9 years ago, anyone have any good pickup lines for this weekend, considering according to the crazy Christian radio guy, the world may end on Sunday? By the way, these are the folks who tell you, evangelical Christians, oh, we're on your side, brothers and sisters. We're on your side, right? Meanwhile, behind your back, they're like crazy Christians. Okay, anyway. So Mast says, how about don't turn this rape into a murder? Look, man, there's no benefit of doubt on that one, because you have to assume it was a joke. I mean, if he's serious, obviously he should be locked up. But that's a joke so bad that you should have never said that, and let alone in public, right? And he's apologized for it now. What is more genuine is when you delete things, apologize for them, etc. at the time, not when you get caught as a politician and then take action. Okay, that's my opinion, for good reason. KW Miller isn't buying it down there in Florida and jumps into the race. And KW Miller says that he's not QAnon, but he has on occasions used the hashtag QAnon and complained about the deep state and all the things that they're going to do, and how It's the Great Awakening is coming. Sounds like going on. Anyway, but here's my favorite part from K.W. Miller. Now, this is not the incumbent. He has a conspiracy theory that Beyonce is not black. Now, this is a third guy in the race, so this is all madness, and it actually very likely helps Pam Keith, who is the one we're rooting for, because she's a progressive and she's not insane like these guys, right? And she's wonderful and non-corrupted. None of these progressives take corporate PAC money. So K.W. Miller probably going to take away votes from Mast, probably accidentally going to help Pam Keith, but I'm going to tell you the reality about K.W. Miller anyway, because it's interesting and I do news. He once tweeted about Beyonce. Her real name is Anne-Marie Lastrassi. She's Italian. This is all part of the Soros deep state agenda for the Black Lives Matter movement. And then in all caps, Beyonce, you are on notice. Well, why are you calling her Beyonce? Shouldn't you be calling her Lastrassi? Lastrassi, you are on notice. We weirdos think you're Italian. And by the way, if she was Italian, okay. I guess the fact that she'd be lying about being black would be weird. Okay, I don't think being Italian makes you guilty. But what does that have to do with the Soros deep state? These folks have all lost their minds. But the guy's pulling in, I think, at least 4 points in an internal poll. Now Pam's got the lead. So all of these, by the way, Cara has the lead, Pam has the lead, and Mike is in a statistical tie. So that's why if you guys donate to them, there's only a week left. You put them over the top. Every dollar is going to go to ads now. Every dollar is going to go to educating people about themselves and about their opponents. Pam did a killer ad down there talking about these so-called jokes. She came to play, man. She's a veteran. She's super strong. Her website is pamkeithfl.com, as in Florida. pamkeithfl.com, and we'll have that link down below as well. But again, you can Google Cara Eastman, Mike Siegel, Pam Keith, and you'll get their websites. And while these guys, the crooks, are taking money from here and there and tons of corporations, McCall takes so much money from corporate PACs, private prisons, oil companies, drug companies, and almost all the Republicans do. So our guys need your help. So obviously, in a weird twist in Florida 18, the fact that the QAnon guy is in the race, or the non-QAnon guy who seems to sympathize with him, their rantings about deep state every once in a while, is actually helping the progressives. So we caught a break there. I got to tell you one last thing. But before I do, let me shout out the folks who just joined up. Helen Alderson just joined up. Oh, no, some of the names are gone. Okay. Oh, okay. I got them all. Samuel Valdata just joined. And Matt Lynch just joined. You guys are amazing. Father E. Force just joined. Nathaniel Cox again with the super chat. Falafel Mafia NYC, thank you for the super chat. I enjoy these names. Tiffany Ayala, thank you. Eric 199, thank you for the super chats. Donovan Seward just joined up. How's this for awesome? You guys hit the join button below. You become a member. I read your names. We all have fun. We do this show together. tyt.com/join if you're anywhere else. And finally, it's never finally, Jason Spencer just joined. Ismail, thank you for the super chat. With Our Eyes Rise, thank you for the super chat. And guys, I saw the Pennsylvania ruling, and that was great. The Supreme Court is allowing Pennsylvania to count all the votes that come in or that are sent in by November 3rd, which is the correct thing to do. And the Supreme Court allowed it. So it's like whenever now we have a decision that's rational and legal, we're like, yes. Even a couple of conservatives agreed that we should follow the law. It's like a big victory for us, and it is. Roger S., thank you for becoming a member, brother. And Eli Barefoot, you as well. Get some shoes, brother, or don't. Who cares? So last thing I was going to tell you is about Pam Keith's race. So Pam is in that super winnable district. It used to be a Democratic district before, the one down in Florida. And last time DCCC, because it's such a close race, Ditto Man, thank you, brother. Since it was such a close race, put in, I think, about $3 million into that district. This time around, they're like, Pam Keith's a progressive, we're putting $0 in. And by the way, if Pam wins that seat, it flips the entire Florida delegation, and if it is a tie or there's some sort of madness and the election goes to the House, Florida's delegation flipping would make all the difference in the Trump-Biden race as well. So it's one of the most pivotal races in the whole country, and the DCCC gave her nothing. Presumably because she's a progressive and they'd rather have the Republican making the rape jokes win instead of the progressive. It's unconscionable that they didn't give her anything. So that just leaves us to do it. Look, I'll tell you, I've talked to all these candidates and they love and appreciate you guys because you're the ones on their side, and you know, if you put them over the top and they win, they're gonna love you forever. I'll give you one last site here as I do the last members that just joined. Simeon Incorporated, and joined at a premium level. That's awesome. You support the show more and you get all of our videos. Check out the levels, guys. Coach Grady 3 and Radical Tim Ward. Love that you're a radical. I hope it's in the right direction. Thank you for the super chats. I get these comments all the time. When people say, hey, you told me to give to AOC, or you told me to give to Jamal Bowman, or you told me it would be a great idea, thanks, James Ortega, to go volunteer for them. And that's a badge of honor I carry with me all the time. Whenever I think that I gave $5 to AOC when no one else would in her primary, and that led her to her victory, I feel amazing. When I know that I volunteered for Jamal Bowman and we made the difference and now he's going to Congress, that feels amazing. So it's a win-win for everyone. Fulfillment, it's a hell of a drug. You should try it out. All right, last ones, guys. Psyched for Life Eva. How's that for an awesome handle? Thank you for being a member. Alan Kiro, thank you for being a member. Riffer65, thank you for Super Chat. And Army Proud, A, awesome name. B, thank you for becoming a premium level member. That's wonderful too. Hit the join button below, guys. You become a member. Don't forget our sponsor who allows us to do all these videos because they're badass and they're progressive and it's delicious. TooStrongCoffee.com/TYT. You can remember that, right? I mean, it's the easiest thing in the world. TooStrongCoffee.com/TYT. By the way, they give the Rebellion Pack if you buy 2 bags or more, and Rebellion Pack has now contributed to Pam Keith and Cara Eastman and done an ad for Cara Eastman, which is awesome, and you should check out in our other video about it. RebellionPack.com/join, and Rage Prophet 13, thank you for becoming a member. Love you guys. We'll see you soon. Tail Wags, I see you here all the time, brother. Thank you. All right, see you tomorrow. AJ Duenas. I'll keep reading all night long.